Good morning, wee unicorns. It's Mr. Hutchison, and today I'm going to be doing the assembly. And today's assembly is part 2 of Expect the Unexpected, which Miss Chamberlain started about 2 weeks ago. And when I started thinking about the assembly, I wanted to have a look at the definition of expect the unexpected. So here it is here. It's to be surprised by an unusual event. Anything could happen, and probably will. And I'm sure there's lots of times recently that we've thought about this. But I started to think about things in my life that maybe were a time when I had to expect the unexpected. And a time recently that I had to expect the unexpected was when I started at James Gillespie's Primary School. Now for me that was about a week before Easter holidays. Schools were already closed and I was starting a new job. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know anybody who worked at the school and I'd only met some of the teachers maybe once, if not twice at the most. So I had to really think hard about what I was going to see when I got to my new job. And I had to be positive and I had to keep a growth mindset and I had to make sure that I was prepared for anything. You've already learned some of the things from this assembly because we split it into two. If you can't remember the assembly, you can always go back and watch the first part. It's on our website. But in the Expect the Unexpected unit, we're going to cover the fact that change is part of life. Every day things change and there's lots of things that we can't control. It's okay to not be okay. There are some times that we just don't feel that happy and we don't feel settled in what we're doing, and that's okay. And you always have to look after your mental health. We look after our physical health, and I'm sure lots of you just now are going out for walks and runs and cycles. And I know speaking to some of the primary sevens today that they've been doing that lots as well. But we also have to look after our mental health, and we have to make sure that our mental health is kept healthy. The building resilience units we've already done have given you some ways to make sure that you look after your mental health, but it's about finding what works for you. For me, it's for going for a run. I really enjoy going out and being on my own and going for a run and getting some exercise in. It gives me some fresh air and gives me a chance to think. Throughout the building resilience units, we talk about the river of life and that Skipper is on a journey through it. And he's been reflecting on his journey. And he's glad he's learned so many ways to help his mental health and his well-being. He's used keeping connected, which we talked about last time, and has also used talk it over. Now you might remember some more, and you might use those to help you in many different situations. I'm going to set you a little challenge. Here are the 10 tools that we've used to help support our mental health and well-being. How many can you remember? How many can you identify? Pause the video and see how many you can get, because the next slide is going to give you the answers. Here are all 10 of the tools that we've been learning about. Keep connected, respect yourself, challenge your mindset, take a moment, talk things over, get active, make a difference, look on the bright side, be kind to others, and have a goal. How many did you get? Skipper has taught us a lot about looking after our mental health. We do lots and lots of things to look after our physical health, but it's just as important to look after our mental health. And the 10 tools that we've been learning about will really help us. But we have to practice them, and we have to make sure that we do it lots, just like we do when we're doing physical activity. In the Learning Journals post, there was a link to a video about Samantha Kinghorn. If you haven't watched it, pause the video and watch it now. Now, Samantha dealt with something really bad in her life, and she talks about how she managed to overcome all these things by using lots of things in her toolkit. She didn't ever expect to get injured, and I don't think she even expected after she was injured to achieve what she achieved. But she used everything she could, both physically and mentally, to achieve the best that she could. Throughout Skipper's journey in the river of life, we've learned lots with him. Now he is ready to deal with anything that life throws at him, even if it's expected or unexpected. And we're going through a time right now where we have a lot of uncertainty. But I know lots of people are coping very well and actually possibly enjoying the time that they have with their family. Some people are maybe not coping as well and they feel quite anxious and nervous, and that's okay. However you are coping is how you are coping, and you're using your family and the strategies that we've talked about at school to help. So if your boat on the river of life is sailing through a nice calm patch, that's great. If it's going through a slightly bumpier, rockier patch, then you need to think about what you can do that can help you. If we were in school, we would have done the class task after the assembly, and then we would have set the family activity as an option at home. But I'm going to give you the option to do either of these in your house over the weekend or even during the summer holidays. And if you do something really, really good, you can share it with us either on your learning journals or on our Twitter, so we can all see the good work you've been doing at home. And just before we bring our last Building Resilience assembly to a close for this year, a quote: "Even on rainy days, the sun still shines behind the clouds. You just can't see it from where you are right now. But no, it's still there, and eventually we will see it again." And a special mention to everybody who has a birthday this week or in the coming weeks. Happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy spending your birthday with some of your friends and family now that restrictions have been lessened a little bit. Happy birthday. We're going to end today's assembly on a song, but I like to let you choose the song. With your family or whoever's at home with you, you can log into the Fishy Music, and the information is on the website or on the Learning Journals post. And you can select the song that you really, really want to sing. And I want to hear it as loudly as you can. Have a fantastic weekend and enjoy your last week of school next week.